Hello guys, welcome back to our YouTube channel. Thank you for liking, thank you for subscribing, thank you for sharing, and it's a beautiful day again today. We're outside. But
Yeah,
anyway, today we'll be talking about a very sweet topic.
sweet, like
Yeah,
there's sugar inside.
something like that. Because we've seen people ask about, oh, I'm planning to come to Canada to study, which universities, are affordable and stuff like
Mm.
that. Affordability is always very key with everybody anyway.
Yeah. So of course, it's always best to like look at the other options that you have, and moving here on the study visa, and then transitioning from there. Is one option that is usually being explored
Mm-hmm.
by most people. And in doing that, it is also paramount that you look for like the cheapest schools,
Yeah.
so to say, because again, you know. So pretty much, yes, that's what we're discussing today. Cheap schools or universities where you can consider if you're coming here to school.
Mhm.
Yeah, so pretty much that's what we're
And
discussing today.
this case in point, this is for people coming here for MLC, right?
Yeah.
These schools we'll be talking about or we'll be listing out are schools for international students that are looking for MSc to, in cheap schools.
Yeah, MSc.
Yeah.
So yeah, just going straight into it. Number one on the list is University of Victoria.
Mm-hmm.
Victoria is a fantastic city. It's a beautiful city in British Columbia,
Mm-hmm.
and has one of the cheapest schools in Canada where you can get your MSc done.
Yep.
Usually the price for, I think, the cheapest program is around 1,010 Canadian dollars.
Yep.
1,010 Canadian dollars.
Exactly.
That's
So
like the minimum.
that's the minimum, right?
Yeah.
So, and we also have another one, call it the Cape Breton University. That's around $1,067. So for $1,067, you can actually study in this school. I'm not sure I pronounce it very well, but I would, we'll be putting out the names of these universities at the bottom.
No spoil the
Cape
name.
Breton,
Now so
whatever, But
anyway.
yeah, it's also something for you to consider. Check out these schools. You might be lucky to find that, the
Yeah.
course you want to do is very cheap. And
Yes, and number three on the list is
Mhm.
the Memorial University of Newfoundland.
yup.
Newfoundland and Labrador is
Mhm.
another province in Canada, and they have this university that I've just mentioned with affordable courses, and the least you can get is 2,150 Canadian dollars.
Yes. So if you've noticed, you see that we are going in ascending order, right? Starting from the smallest, we are going all the way to the top. And if you see me looking sideways a lot, it's just because I'm appreciating the waterfall that is over there, right? So the next one on our list, which comes in at number 4, is Simon Fraser University, and that comes around 3,258 Canadian dollars. So for that amount, you might be able to have an MSc to study.
Yeah, and closely related to that now is Mount Allison University, coming at 3,340 Canadian dollars.
Yep.
Actually, we should have put the location of these universities, right?
Well,
But I mean, I'm sure if you Google them, it would definitely let you know the province or the location where they are.
some are self-explanatory by the name.
Yeah,
Like
some
you say, maybe University of Newfoundland. That that's definitely in Newfoundland.
definitely.
University of Victoria, that's in British Columbia.
Yeah,
But yeah, in the description of the video, we'll be putting in the name of the university and probably the provinces where
where
they
they are
are.
located.
Exactly. Now that's number 5, right?
Yeah, number 5.
The sixth one is University of Northern British Columbia. Of course, that's in British Columbia. And for 3,500, you might be able to have, an MSc course to study.
Yeah, and number 7 on the list is Trent University. And again, for a whooping 4,381 Canadian dollars, you can get a master's degree added to your cap. Right? So it's already getting expensive.
Yeah, at that point, obviously, it's getting
4,000
expensive.
CAD. That's how much now in Naira.
The next one is Trent University, right?
Yeah, that was the one I just said.
That's the one you said. Okay.
Trent
The
University.
next one is University. I was not paying attention.
And you're looking at
The
fountain.
next one is University of Prince Edward Island, and that one is 5,150. Prince Edward Island is also a very popular place in Canada, right?
Yeah.
So for 5,150, you will be able to attend University of Prince Edward Island. and that's for your MSc, like we said.
And number 9 on the list is this name is funny. I don't even know if I'm going to pronounce it right or not, but it is called Nipissing University. I don't Nipissing. Well, Nipissing University, and for an amount of 5,670 Canadian dollars, you can get a program done at that university.
Yeah. And the last but not the least, also in British Columbia, University of British Columbia, 5,736. And
Canadian
that's getting high already, but for 5,736 Canadian dollars, you might be able to study in University of British Columbia. Now, okay, you wanted to say something?
No, go ahead.
Now, this is not an exhaustive list. This is just top 10. I will put our source in the comment box and in the description of the video. But it is something for you to consider if you are thinking of relocating, but you want to go through the study route.
Yes, again, because, and especially because we all know, it is general knowledge that schooling is as an international student is expensive.
Yeah, it is.
It is expensive.
It is what it is.
Again, if you look at the amount that we've mentioned here, if you come in to Canada as a permanent resident, and you want to school here, you will pay the same amount that a citizen will pay, like a local student, right? And it's usually far less than the amount that we've quoted here for international students, right?
Yeah.
So of course it might be something just to consider if you're looking to transition through the study route. And the reason why we are discussing this is because we know that, again, like I always say to people, the best route to move to Canada or to come to Canada is through the permanent resident route. Coming here through school is expensive. So it's just paramount or important that you want to look for the cheapest ones, at least that will reduce the cost, right? Okay, so pretty much, why this route might actually make sense for some people who are not able to go through the
permanent express entry
temporary the express entry program, right? Because again, we've discussed about this before. The crucial thing about express entry, like what we say, one of the most important factors is age. As you age, your point reduces,
of course. And
from what we've seen from experience, the maximum age where you can get the highest point is 30 years. And anything from 30 years and above, or 31 and above, your point starts to come down. Right. And we've seen a lot of people who are falling into this category. So some of them would want to explore this study route. Now, the good thing about the study route is, even though it might be expensive at the onset, the good thing is, after studying in this school, at the end of your study, you get sometimes you can get your, what's this thing called,
post study work permit.
Yeah, and for 2 years.
Yeah.
So by the time you've worked for 1 year, then what you can do is you can drive on that 1 year, add it to the other things that you have, like do your IELTS, also evaluate your credential. That is if you have not evaluated it before coming to before applying for school.
Yeah.
But you just add it to the things that you already have, and you climb on that, you use it to apply for your permanent resident program.
Absolutely.
And
although, sorry to cut you, if the person has already finished school from here, as a message, the person might not need to evaluate whatever they brought back from Nigeria.
Exactly,
because you only need the highest level of education.
That's true. No, that's a valid point, right? Because you only evaluate if you have like a foreign degree. But if you've come here through school, you already have your MSc certificate, then you don't need to evaluate. Probably what you need to do at that point is write IELTS. That is if you have not written IELTS before, because some of these schools, they ask for IELTS.
But again, such schools, they probably ask for IELTS academic, because there's IELTS general.
That's another point. That's another point. So you probably may still need to write IELTS general.
Yes.
Okay.
Maybe.
So probably that's the only thing you need to do. If you already have your MSc certificate, then you can also claim points for having work experience in Canada. And that's 1 year into your your post study work permit. Because again, all these things, the timing is very important, right? So if you are able to do that 1 year after, 1 year after you've gotten your post
Study
study
work permit.
work post work study work permit,
Yeah.
right? If you're able to do that 1 year after, that's one out of the 2 years, you
Mhm.
apply for your PR. So, and the reason you are doing that
But
is so that the PR can come out on time before
yeah,
the status will expire.
true. But again, let's remember that you might not always get 2 years post study work permit.
Yeah,
It depends.
yeah, that's why we're talking about the one that you get 2 years.
Yeah.
That's the best. I think what is
Yeah.
important is you look for a course
Yeah.
that would allow you get
You could do
2
another course.
years. You are just spending money, spending money.
Yeah.
I think ultimately what you need to do is look for a course that will
Mhm.
allow you get 2 years post study
Study
work
work
permit,
permit. Yep.
so that you use 1 year to work.
Mm-hmm.
Then that 1 year experience you can claim it when you're applying for your PR, which will give you additional points,
Yep.
right? And the remaining 1 year you use it to run that your PR program and let it come out before that remaining 1 year is over, right? And then so that from there you can transition to getting your permanent residence, and then you don't have to go back home after that.
Yeah, makes sense.
So yeah, pretty much.
So that's just the flow, right? So that's what to think about. If your course, for instance, is not a MSc course and it's probably for 8 months, I'm not sure what length of post study work permit they will give to you, but those are the things to consider.
Yeah, so those are some of the things to
just
consider.
do your assignment well.
Exactly.
Don't just say, I've gotten study visa, Mojapa, stuff like that.
Yeah,
so you have to think about how to extend it so that you can stay.
Yeah, like it's just understanding like what's coming next after this. So it goes beyond just looking for one course and just traveling to Canada. But you need to think about the steps. Once the course is over, what am I going to do after? Do I want to go back or do I want to stay? If I'm staying, how do I process that? What is the timeline? How long do I need? You know, what are the things? Those are some, and we've discussed some of those things previously. The best route that we know is once you finish your school, you start processing your PR. And you use your certificate from the school you've completed here. After your 2 year work post-study work permit, you use 1 year to work. You climb on that 1 year experience. In your second year, you apply for your PR using those things that you've amassed here.
Plus obviously work experience and everything.
So
it makes your score high.
Exactly.
And that's it, guys. Just do your findings in addition to whatever we've shared with you. Do your findings. You probably will get cheaper ones if you're lucky. Probably will get the ones that fit into your budget. But at the end of the day, the whole idea is affordability is always key for international students. And here we are. We've shared with you what we know, what we found out, and we put our sources. And do well to subscribe. Remember to always subscribe. If you're not subscribed, you are wrong. Right?
Like, share, and subscribe. Like, share, and subscribe. Okay. All right, guys. So pretty much that's what we thought to share with you guys today. And yes, do not change that dial. Like always, say, don't change the station. Be there. Sit down there. Next week we'll be back again with another video. All right, guys. See you. Bye.
Bye.